Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I did a Tubi movie review. I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, but I'm trying to get back on track with the reviews. But a number of people have requested that I review a Tubi original movie called A Good Man. Now when I think of the term a good man, several characteristics come to mind. Loyal, faithful, protector, provider, a guy that's willing to sacrifice his own personal happiness if it means making sure that the loved ones are in a good place. So when I initially read the title of the movie, I assumed that I would be seeing a guy with most, if not all, of these traits. But when I saw that Kamal Smith was going to be the star of the movie, I knew that I was in for a wild ride. I've been following Kamal Smith since watching the movie Coffee Talk, which came out about 8 years ago. And I'm a big fan of his acting work as well as his directing catalog. So because the movie A Good Man came out in 2023, I won't be spending much time doing a traditional recap of what happened. Instead, I'll be spending the bulk of my time talking about what I liked and disliked about the movie, and I will take a deep dive into some of the themes that I noticed while watching the movie. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. If I had to give A Good Man a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a solid 8. And this is because there were so many elements of the movie that I truly loved. The first element that I love would have to be the overall storytelling. In this movie, we have Kamal Smith, who plays the character Ethan. We as a viewing audience are introduced to Ethan as he is having a session with his therapist. We later learn that Ethan is in therapy because he caught his last wife cheating, and naturally, he wanted to work on himself before moving into another relationship. But we also see Ethan showing signs that he's an intelligent, goal-oriented guy who believes in helping others out. We then see Ethan meeting his love interest Ari, and we see their journey progress from strangers at a restaurant to fiancé status over the course of several months. We also get to see some of the conflicts that Ethan and Ari have, and these conflicts are 100% genuine and relatable. In my opinion, the details matter, and after watching this movie, I can say that the conflicts between Ethan and Ari are 25% Ethan's fault and 75% Ari's fault. Ethan is partly at fault because oftentimes he tried to use his money and resources to make Ari happy when she never really asked him to do so, and she never really showed much appreciation for it. Some people may consider a man like Ethan to be a simp because of all the things he was willing to go through to keep her happy. In this movie, Ethan purchased Ari a car, a new salon, an investment property, and he moved Ari into his house before putting a ring on it. Only a crazy or desperate person would do such foolish things. But then we have Ari, who gladly allowed Ethan to give her all these things while failing to tell Ethan the truth about how she felt about their relationship and her feelings that she still had for her ex. If Ari had told the truth the first opportunity she was given, then all of the bad things that happened in the movie could have been prevented. Instead, she chose to lie repeatedly, and she chose to cheat on Ethan several times with her ex. To put it another way, Ari failed to establish clear and respectful boundaries with her ex upon learning that he had gotten out of prison. And failure to do that is what ultimately caused the events to happen. So from a storytelling perspective, I enjoy seeing the character development of Ari and Ethan unfold, and I felt that a lot of folks could personally relate to their story. Or they know somebody who's been through that type of relationship that Ethan and Ari had. I was also a big fan of the acting performances throughout the movie. Every actor in this movie brought their A game in their respective roles, and the movie left me wanting to see more movies that these actors are in. If there's any aspect of the movie that I did not like, it would be the ending. You see, good people, for 95% of the movie, Ethan came off as a sympathetic character. We as a viewing audience see Ethan get cheated on, and I felt sorry for him because I've been in his situation. We see Ethan get dogged out time and time again, and I felt sorry for him. We see Ari get caught cheating on Ethan, and Ethan finally decided to take matters into his own hands, and I truly felt sorry for him. But then there's a scene in which Ethan lures the wife and child of Ari's ex over to his house, and once there, Ethan holds them hostage, tells them about the secret life of Chaos, and unalives both the wife and the child in front of Ari and Chaos. If there's one pet peeve that I have about these type of movies, it's the decision to unalive a kid for no other reason than for shock value. I understand why Ethan crashed out, but the wife and kid were completely innocent in all of this, and they didn't need to get taken out the way that they were taken out. If I had to suggest an alternative way to use the wife and kid, then I think that Ethan should have recorded Chaos confessing to cheating on his wife, Ethan sending that recording to his wife and child, Chaos getting a message from his wife saying that she's divorcing him and changing the locks to the house, and Ethan proceeding to torture or unalive the two lovebirds in any way that he saw fit. In addition to that, I wasn't a fan of how Arya had broken away from her restraints and barely wounded Ethan before allowing Ethan to have the opportunity to come to his senses and overpower her. In my opinion, the torture scene should have been more realistic and emotional. But outside of those issues, I thought that this movie was a good one, and I would recommend the movie A Good Man to anybody who hasn't seen it yet on Tubi. But this marks the end of my review. Feel free to leave all comments below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.